Welcome to another video with assorted finds by different artists, and I gotta say, out of all the recent ones I've done for a different artist, this is one of the ones I'm most happy with. I got a lot of good stuff in this batch, if I do say so myself. Let me know if you agree in the comments section. We're gonna start with Bob Dylan, Blood on the Tracks. I've been waiting quite a while to find a really nice copy of this, and here it is. I got this one still with the shrink on originally, sliced of course. It's got the tag $2.99 originally. It's in mint shape, and the inside has a paper sleeve, but it also has this one. I don't know, I think this is supposed to be unusual. Somebody tell me about the history of this. It has this artwork inner sleeve. Artwork, or whatever you want to call it, purple type of inner sleeve. Look at this one, folks. Can't believe I found this. The Seeds. How's that? And I got this because the only song I know by the Seeds is this one, Pushing Too Hard. And that's the reason I got it. Still got the cellophane on it, split, original cellophane. And the guy at the store told me that this one is the really rare and hard to find mono version. So it's the Mono Seeds album in like spiffy condition, really nice condition. Very happy to find that. I found a couple of albums by the Dave Clark 5 on mono. I found Having a Wild Weekend soundtrack, and back cover. Records like new. You know, I buy my records almost as close to new as I can find them, folks. Who needs a cleaning machine? They're clean. You know, maybe a little brush to brush the dust off. I gotta get that. That I'm looking for. Carbon fiber brush. Here's the other Dave Clark 5 album, Glad All Over. Also in mono. Really nice finds here. I'm just really happy to get these recently. Same deal with the album. Really nice condition. This next one is a common album, really. It's Donovan's Greatest Hits. I didn't have this yet. It was only a few bucks. A lot of records on the Epic label here. Great shape. And the inside has the booklet. I didn't know this had a booklet in it, but there's a book in here. I hope to see Donovan at the Fest for Beatles fans next month, and if I do, I may have him autograph this. Here's a record that I bought, Spike Jones in Hi-Fi. Being a horror movie fan of the old classic monsters, I used to see this album advertised in the back pages of Famous Monsters of Filmland magazine, and I always wanted it. I got this just for the cover. I'm going to listen to it because there's some good monster stuff on here, and Paul Frees does some of the voices, as does Vampira. Warner Brothers. Okay, if Scotty's watching from Scotty's Record Shop, he did a Rod Stewart update recently where he showed his, well, I call it an update, a count of all his Rod Stewart albums. And it's funny because I had seen this one at my Goodwill that day. I went there in the afternoon and I saw this, the Rod Stewart collection, which is actually from Canada. This is a TV album, I think, from Canada. And it's got 2 records in it, 2-record set. And it's in like brand new condition, never played. And when I go to my Goodwill stores, I never see albums in great shape like this. And it has mostly the early stuff, Stay With Me, Maggie May, you know, Reason to Believe, Every Picture Tells a Story, You Wear It Well, so on. And I passed on it. I actually passed on it. It was only $1, and I passed on it like a jerk. But then when I got home, I watched Scotty's video on Scotty's Record Shop, and he made me actually want to go back and make sure the record was still there. I drove back later that evening and the records were still there. But this time I also found this album, which is a common album, Rod Stewart's Greatest Hits. It's got the cellophane, another album at Goodwill in great condition. You don't usually find records this spiffy with the shrink on it. And so it was worth the wait, because when I went back the second time, they had this album there. So I got 2 Rod Stewart albums, or 3, because the other one's a double, for $1 each. While I was there, I also found this at Goodwill. Again, I don't find albums at Goodwill very often, but Sly and the Family Stone Greatest Hits. This is another record that's on Epic. You might call this an Epic label video. Gatefold. The last album I'm going to show, although I have something else interesting in 45s to show, is another Elvis bootleg, Elvis The Entertainer, 1954 to 1976. This has got a good selection of a lot of live recordings, I believe, spanning all those years, 54 through 76. So this was a nice find. And look at this that I got. I mean, I'm amazed to find this. A beautiful, beautiful, almost pristine picture sleeve to the Rolling Stones, Get Off of My Cloud, one of my favorite Rolling Stone songs of all time. This thing looks like it's brand new, and they had 3 or 4 other Rolling Stone sleeves in just as nice condition. Not expensive, you know, I mean, it depends on what you call expensive, but for considering an original Rolling Stone sleeve in great shape, great price. And they had a couple of others, as I say. Couldn't get it all in one day. If the other ones are still there, I want to add them to my collection. And the last thing I'm going to show, again, in memory of Phil Everly, I got this recently. Picture sleeve, no record. Kathy's Clown and Always It's You. The Everly Brothers. And I may have this 45 already for all I know. It's easy enough to find. That's it, folks. Thanks a lot for watching, and there'll always be updates coming your way. Thanks.